the hopeless romantic theater of the air brings you Grace Under Pressure, the simple story of a woman alone in New York in the 90s, an age of diminished expectations.
Isn't it great when the guests go home? Isn't it fun when you're finally all alone? Kick off both your shoes and get the hoovering done, and watch the rising sun. Isn't it swell when you're on your own? Aren't you grateful it's too late to call him on the phone? Take off all your clothes and feed the cat. He said, there's no hurry, where's my hat? Wake up to the realization that you're alone. And so goes a story that's told so often. I wonder who picked up after the orgies in Rome. Ain't it great when the guests go home?
Episode 4, Waiting for Oh God.
Today's special is a lightly braised calf kidney in a peach and cayenne remoulade. Ouch! Hey, get that out.
Sorry, I thought there was a cockroach back here on your head.
Yeah, well, I can take care of my own. What? Where? Oh, jeez, wait a minute. In the first place, the only way you could see that from where you're sitting is with your hands.
Crazy.
In the second place, my backside is not a Braille copy of Portnoy's complaint.
Gracie!
And in the third place...
Teddy!
Yeah, I'm terribly sorry. What seems to be the problem here? That'll be all, Grace. Your order's waiting at the station for table 12.
But I...
No buts, Grace.
I wish.
Well, I thought from the prices that this was a high-class joint, but between the attitude and the insect life, I'd have been better off at Bob's Big Boy.
Oh, Trudy, I'll never get the hang of this. These guys are worse than Mr. McWeeny.
Gracie, how many times do I have to tell you? Always stand next to the babe.
I know, and if there's no babe, the guy with the glasses.
And if you're sitting alone, bring the busboy.
Trudy, it was great of you to get me in here with you and Ted, but I don't know how long I can go on being charming to idiots.
Come on, Gracie. You're pretty, you're quick, and you can figure out 8.25 sales tax in your head.
Numbers are easy. People, I just don't have the hide for working with the general public.
Gracie, everybody starts out as a sweet, tender, trusting little soul. Just think, every one of these slobs had a mother who thought they were the cutest little baby in the world.
Yeah, and then they chain them to a radiator.
The only way to get tough is to live rough, Gracie.
Rough. Well, I guess a little hard work never killed anybody.
That's my girl. And if things really get bad, just excuse yourself with a smile and call Ted. It's his place, they're his customers.
It's
his ass.
What's so funny?
Oh, just listing your assets, babe.
Yeah, well, you can get your portfolio over to that jerk on 6. Took me this long to calm him down. Get his order, will you, Trude?
Okie dokie, boss, but it'll cost ya. Hey, Manuel, come on, guard duty.
Now, as for you, my little untouchable.
That's not fair, Ted. I'm really trying my best here. But why should a waitress be fair game for every asshole that parks itself in one of your chairs?
Well, there's only one answer, Gracie. People are pigs. I learned that when I was 16. Had a summer job cleaning up after Mets games at Shea Stadium. Oh, unbelievable. But they have one saving grace that makes it all worthwhile, little darling.
What's that?
They are pigs with money.
Oh, Jesus, Ted. I had no idea you were so cynical.
No cynic goes into the restaurant business, Grace. This is the last frontier of the hopelessly optimistic, the die-hard romantic. Do you have any idea how many restaurants there are in New York? how many new ones open every year and how many close every day. If I were practical, I'd go into waste disposal.
Some of your customers look good in a dumpster.
Don't let it get you down, Gracie. I know things have been tough, but give this thing a chance. There's a lot of good customers, too, and with the right attitude, you can even see the bad ones as the joke that they really are.
Ted, I don't know how you do it. You always manage to put things so horribly in perspective.
Years of bartending, darling, years of bartending. Trudy's Toy Boy, how can I help you? Grace, it's for you. It sounds like a collection agency. Should I tell him you got leprosy and moved to Fiji?
Thanks, Ted. I'd give you the finger, but I'd want it back if they find the cure. Hello? Yes, this is Grace McMoon.
Hey, Rudy, number 11 says the fillet's not blue enough. Wants to know, could you cook it a little less? You got that time machine revved up back there?
Oh, really? Well, yes, but certainly I have every intention. It's just that...
Who's she talking to? The vice principal in charge of detention?
It's worse. Some kind of leg breakers, I think.
Oh, jeez.
I understand. Of course. Now, these are very unusual circumstances.
Ever since that scumball Wall Street second cousin she was subletting from went AWOL, the landlords have been breathing down her neck to move.
There's no
Since she got
need
fired
to get
and
sarcastic,
robbed,
Mr. Zimmer.
Paying the security deposit on the new lease was a stretch, so she paid it with a check on her credit card account, which in
This
the
sort of
meantime,
thing could happen to
bottomed out
anybody.
on her.
You know, Trude, Toy Boy's doing so well that we're going to need a bookkeeper soon. How's about we put a cheapo futon in that little office room at home and hire ourselves a live-in accountant we can trust?
Gracie?
Sure. She sure ain't cut out for the hassling part of the business.
Would you want your daughter thrown out on the street like this, Mr. Zimmer? Yeah? Well, how about your ex-wives? No, don't answer that.
Well, there goes diplomacy as a career option.
Yeah, there's always dog walking.
Honey, this is a really sweet idea. But what about our privacy?
You know, we'll send her out to the movies. Well, we only see each other alone and awake at midnight anyway.
All right, then, but no more naked house cleaning for you.
Well, actually, I was thinking of including that in Grace's contract.
What?
I'm only kidding, darling, only kidding.
Fine. Send the sheriff. I feel I should warn you, though. There's an extremely valuable white Siamese in the apartment. He's vicious and trained to attack men in uniform. And fat, balding guys with too many pens in their shirt pockets. If they harm a whisker of Casper's head, I'll sue you for the whole damn building.
Way to negotiate, Gracie.
Rule number 1 in animal training. Never let them know you're afraid.
Oh, that's the blue food. Teddy's got something to tell you.
Look, Ted, I'm sorry. I know I'm not right for this place. And right now, I have to go home and rescue Casper before they put him out in the street. What's this?
Just put your clothes in a trash bag and your cat in a taxi and go on over to our house. Trudy and I decided you would make the perfect au pair for the goldfish.
Oh, Ted, that's the sweetest thing I've heard since the Senate turned down Borg.
Yeah, well, clearly it's time Rancher Toy Boy had a little political awareness.
Ted, really, I don't want to be
No, darling. We're going to put you to work. Bookkeeping, goldfish feeding, plus the occasional nude window washing. Trudy never gets around to it somehow.
You guys are the best. Give me a hug. It won't be for long. With a little time and mental space to rethink things, there must be some way I can make a... Ted?
Yeah, Gracie?
Don't you think we should stop hugging now?
Oh, sure, darling. In a minute. I've never felt so, you before.
This is a really, really bad idea.
And how come it feels so good?
Another one of God's little jokes.
Watch out. Hey, Trude.
Hey, yourself. Rudy, table 11 sent this back again. Better take out another fillet. And this time, just breathe on it.
Trudy, it's not how it looks. We were just...
Don't worry, Gracie. These things happen. To me. Frequently.
Trudy, darling.
But they're not happening with Ted. Here. Here's the paper. And here's your percentage of the tips. Rooms to share are on page 26. The payphone's right there. Knock yourself out.
Trudy.
Don't thank me, Gracie. What are friends for?
Trudy.
Let her go, darling. She'll cool off.
She didn't give me a chance to be noble and self-sacrificing and give you up for our friendship.
It's a little late for that now. Looks like she gave you up.
But Ted, she was my best friend. My only friend. Not counting Louis, who I never see since his band played on Letterman. I can't let this destroy our friendship. Nothing really ever happened.
Gracie, you know that's not true.
You're right. Maybe that's the worst part. I hadn't realized how alone I'd been till I got that close to you.
You are a precious thing, Miss Grace. Now, let's see, page 26.
Pass the quarters, boss. I'm handing in my resignation.
Just wanna be everything to somebody, and I'd be nothing to nobody. Any number can play, but only two can win at this game. If I could just find out how it all started, I might not end up being broken-hearted. Any number can play, but only two can win at this game. Did you ever feel like whatever you do, you're making somebody sad? Now here I am in love with you. Seems like everybody feels badly. They're all mad at me. Well, if I could be one person in two bodies, somebody be looking for number 3. You can try to be true, but you can't love too totally. With one heart it'll tear you apart. Any number can play, but only two can win at this game. Hey, hey, any number can play, but only two can win at this game.
Hello? Is this Norma Bates? I'm calling about your ad for a roommate.
Dragon Breath Radio Theater has brought you Grace Under Pressure, starring Alice King as Grace, Dorian DeMichele as Trudy, George Sheffey as the customer, and Tom Bozell as Ted. Be sure to tune in next week for Episode 5, Pushing the Envelope, when we will hear Grace say,
If I lick one more of these suckers, some guaranteed first prize winner is gonna receive my tongue as a free added bonus.
Take off all your clothes and feed the cats. He said, there's no hurry, where's my hat? Wake up to the realization that you're alone. And so goes a story that's told so often. I wonder who picked up after the orgies in Rome. Ain't it great when the guests go home? No, I'm not lonesome. Great when the guests go home. You must be joking. Great when the guests go home.